Hello everyone, welcome to a foreigner farming in the Philippines. I'm down here in between 5 field and 5-6. I'm kind of doing an inspection to see if I need to do an irrigation today. I did have a little bit of a rain last night, but of course I was sleeping, so I don't know how much it rained. The first test is I'm going to pull on one of these corn stalks. The harvest was completed on this, and all these corn stalks need to be removed, so I'm going to pull on one. Well, that's not too bad. It's damp. It's not what I would call wet. I think I will do an irrigation today. Let me see. None of the crew showed up today. Ippy did, but none of the young men that were scheduled to work today have showed up. The blight is in these tomatoes. I guess now would be let me get over here where I can see. The difference between the effect of the blight on what has plastic down and what does not. Well, it's pretty obvious that the tomatoes that are growing with the plastic are less affected. It's rained like 5 times in the last 2 weeks of varying intensity, and that's just too much if you want to raise tomatoes here. So that's why the blight is back. Yeah, it's definitely less of a problem if there is plastic down. So I guess that answers that question. It looks like Ippy has fertilized this and over-fertilized some of these. We got some dead pepper plants. So, yeah, even though it's not 100% necessary, I'm going to do an irrigation today. Again, the cucumber, because of all the rain, it's not too bad, but and this was just fertilized as well. I think what Ippy did this morning was go around and fertilize everything. I wonder if she did this corn. And a good time to irrigate is right after you fertilize, so yeah, she fertilized this corn too. Alright, well, that pretty much wraps it up there. I've got to do an irrigation today. So okra seems to be doing well. Marcel did order something that it's supposed to be something like Roundup. And it looks like we've done some onion harvesting. Where did all those go? It might be what Ippy's doing right now is selling. I don't know what to ask her. Yeah, I'm going to start releasing the water. As you can see, the water table has gone down quite a bit from before. It's down about 3 feet. So no worrying now about the well keeping the fields oversaturated. I'll go up here and check the level of the pond. I'm sure I've got enough water. I just want to make really sure. Okay, so I did not run the pump last night, and the pond has gone down about an inch. So while this pond still holds water well, I think we are losing a bit along that edge over there where we got down into the sandy strata. Because for this pond, going down an inch overnight is a big water loss. Well, nonetheless, I'm going to do an irrigation. The pump's running right now, but our main water tank was a little bit low, so that's why it's not going into the pond here. We had to fill our main tank up. So yeah, I'm going to release this. I'm just about to change this water over from field 4 into field 5. I wanted to show you guys that, you know, look, it looks like that these rows haven't been watered fully, and that the water really needs to be an inch or two deeper. But I wanted to show you how it does not need to be to the plants, you know, up to the top of the plastic for the plants to get watered. So, which one can I use? And we'll just do it around this one here. So, obviously this is dry, yeah? It looks dry. So we'll go down here and see we're already getting into moisture. And there's actually standing water there. So from the top of the soil, there's standing water. So the roots go down, will go down this far. All these plants, the roots are down that far. So the roots, while it looks dry on the top, the roots are getting watered. So there's plenty of water down where the roots are, even though it looks like and they're not being sufficiently watered. And of course some of these, because this isn't a perfectly level and flat area, some of them will have water up around the plants themselves. Just wanted to share that with you guys. So the capillary action, which is the movement of water in a non-liquid medium, that's capillary action, will also pull the water up another good inch, more often 2 inches above the level of the water. That capillary action actually defies gravity. The water will go up. So this has all been thoroughly watered. So I'm going to take this bucket out if I can with one hand. That was a lot of back pressure. I'm going to run down here and get this in before the water catches me. Yeah, there is some water down here, leakage, but not much. Certainly not enough to worry about. In the bucket goes, and that stops it up just fine. I do work it around a little bit for a tighter seal. There is a little bit of water coming through. It's not a perfect seal, but that's not much. Not when you compare it against the amount that's coming in. Alright, all done. Lowered the pond about a foot. I just fed these fish. I am feeding them a little bit now, about, I don't know, maybe 1 kilo a day for all the fish that are in there. Just not really that many in there, and 1 kilo a day is not going to grow them out, but it'll keep them breeding, and it'll keep them alive, because there's not much natural feed in this pond yet. Not much algae build up because we had basically took 90% of the, well, I guess you could say we just misplaced about 90% of the fertile soil that was in the bottom of this pond and moved it, most of it into the center. So because there's not much algae in there, because there isn't very much fish manure in there, that's why I'm feeding them just a little something every day. I only feed them once a day, about 1 kilo, 1.5 kilos, and that's enough to keep the fish that are in there cruising along. Dropped the pond about 16 inches maybe for this irrigation, and that seems about the norm for a full irrigation. And everything went pretty smooth, just like clockwork now. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.